for the holiday season. My first guest tonight is actor and singer Leon. He's joining me to discuss his career journey, how he's keeping his basketball game above the rim, and his new romantic comedy, Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. And later on the show, we're catching up with Grammy Award-winning singer Anthony Hamilton. Right now, please welcome Leon. Hey, Leon, how you doing?
How you doing, Claudia? Good to see you.
Man, I want to get to a point where I'm so popping that I just need one name. That's it.
I'm sure all the people that really know you just call you by one name, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's Claudia. They might call me something else. So look, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you. I used to see you all around, like I've seen you in LA, I've seen you in Atlanta, and it's been a minute. So it's good to see you.
I know, actually, it's really funny because I remember meeting you on the lot when I was shooting Little Richard.
Oh my God, we had a scene.
No, wait a second. That's how it happened.
Yep, it was me.
I met you. You were very friendly. Of course, I was reciprocal. And we were talking for a while. And I went right back, ran to Robert Towns and said, listen, I got a girl for that scene. I got a girl for it.
I didn't know that's how it happened.
That's how it happened with me. I don't know what happened on your end. That's what happened with me. Now, I don't know how it transpired from there.
I wish I would have known that. Wow. So you gave me one of my first gigs. My first acting gig is me, you, and Tamla.
Yeah, Tamla Jones.
And it was like kind of implied. It was almost like an implied threesome scene because you.
It was a PG menage a trois.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Oh my God. Okay, well, we hot out the gate on this interview already. So.
All right, here we are. we already in the room, baby.
Right, we in the room. So look, it's 9 months into this pandemic. How are you feeling? And are you ready to just like get back to work? Just get back to normal? How you doing over there?
Well, I'm back at work. I'm happy to say. Mm-hmm. So I feel blessed that, that I'm one of the actors that they call back to work soon. And that's a blessing. That's the one thing that, makes things a little bit more normal for me. But, it's just a strange time. I think what's really causing, any anxiety, I'm not someone who has anxiety, but just the uncertainty of it all. Yeah. If you told me this was going to end in a year or 2 months or whatever, we just don't know. Mm-hmm. When we all started hunkering down, especially here in New York in March, they said, oh yeah, we're going to do this for 2 weeks. We're going to do this for 3 weeks. We're going to do, okay, just another month. Look where we're at. So, when is it going to end? When am I going to be able to see people? When are we going to run into each other? When can I give people a hug? That's such a big part of our lives to be taken from us. It's, it's strange.
And you being from New York, one of the cities that was affected the most, especially out the gate. I mean, it's totally affected and changed New York, what New York is. New York is walking. New York is seeing people on the subways. It's being close. It's being in like small, intimate spots and being around your people. It's not LA and everybody in their own cars.
It's a city packed with people. And, when it was hit hard, luckily, I didn't spend any time here. I spent 117 days, I think, in Sag Harbor. There was nothing around me but deer. Really? And I just didn't deal with the whole city when it was going through all of that. But yeah, I'm happy that now that we're one of the safest cities, the governor of our state is very, very, very aggressive. And so let's see what happens.
So with all this, have you taken time to do some self-reflection during the pandemic? Have you had a chance to do that, or is it just like all work?
No, I mean, for the first few months, I was in a daze. Mm-hmm. I mean, because I didn't really know what was happening, when it was going to end or how serious it was. And then we didn't really know much about it at the beginning. So when you don't know much about it, we're worried about every little thing. We're wearing gloves, we're washing our groceries. It's like, it's nuts. It's almost like we like on some, planet, not a space. We're not supposed to, what's next? We're wearing spacesuits. Right. So at first it was really, really, really strange. I think the first 2 months I was pretty much in a daze. I was just like, just not doing much of anything, just trying to figure out like what this really is. And then I got busy with some work and started being creative.
Has anybody in your family or friends, were they affected by coronavirus? Anybody, did you lose anybody or anything like that? Did it affect you like that personally?
Luckily, no.
Okay, good.
Luckily, no. I know some people that have passed away that I've that I know, either through the business, but no one close to me, no family members. So I'm happy to say. How about you?
My mom tested positive for the antibodies after the fact, and I haven't seen her in a year because I thought I would bring it to her. You know what I mean?
Right.
So she's like a savage because she didn't even know she had, went through it. And she's definitely health compromised. And my best friend had it in Atlanta, and she lost 4 people in her family. I know a lot of people that I lost my cousin 2 weeks ago, and he was a healthy, guy, but it's like affecting some people, like taking them out right away. And then some people are just not even realizing they have it, which is nuts,
Yeah, it's really crazy. And what's really unfortunate about it is that, we can't all think the same way. So there's some people out here to this day don't think it's existed. And now I know people that have had it, that's for sure. But it's like we got half the country thinking it doesn't exist, so it's not that big a deal. So how can we keep from spreading it? I don't really know.
It's like half the country don't give a damn. And they keeping this thing. We could have been done with this a long time ago. So, and we want to get back out there and see our families. So speaking of families, you recently appeared on a podcast called Dear Fathers, the Dear Fathers podcast, and you talked about fatherhood in your career. Has this pandemic changed your outlook on fatherhood at all?
Yeah, it makes me appreciate it. I haven't seen my daughter since, the beginning of the year. And so I was just on the phone with Noelle, who I know you know. And yeah, it's crazy. We usually go to Jamaica every year, and now we're not going to do it this year. And she's a little, apprehensive about, flying and right now. So I don't want to do that. But I said, listen, I don't care if we got to see each other in a phone booth for 2 weeks. It's happening. So we're going to make that happen. It's just far too long for me to be away from my child. I only have one. And yeah, I'm not feeling that.
Leah, I've always been impressed with you and how present you are in your daughter's life. Me and my father aren't that close. So when I see that, it's like, it's so dope to me. You know what I mean? And I used to hang around, Cynthia and Noelle. We went on a trip together. And even as a little girl, like she was special. Like she was just like, so you could tell she just had 2 great parents in her life and she felt love. Like she has confidence. She's, you know what I mean? Like, and you don't,
yeah.
I feel like she never had that awkward stage where she was unsure of herself. She just seemed like she just had that. And I think that comes with knowing her daddy got her back. Her daddy loves her. You know what I mean? Like not just her daddy, but that definitely plays a role, and especially young Black girls' lives, because it needs to be a little bit more common. But I love seeing y'all, like how y'all relationship is.
Yeah, it's, what's important to me when you have one child, especially. And, for me, having a daughter and a Scorpio was, seems so appropriate for me.
Are you a Scorpio too?
No. I'm a Pisces. But okay. most of my run-ins are with Scorpios.
I could see you being a Scorpio, especially in film work.
Yeah, no, I probably would make a good Scorpio in a movie. Okay. But yeah, so I just wanted to, make sure that I was the kind of parent that could be her parent and friend for the rest of her life. Mm-hmm. And for me, that had to come with, being able to allow her to feel free to talk to me about anything. Mm-hmm. From a very young age. And we discuss all types of things. And I love that. And because now as she gets older, I always say that there's nothing a young woman can have better than an older male friend, a friend who can really help them guide through these things they're going to go through in life. Mm-hmm. You can talk to your girlfriends all you want, but if they're not helping you with the other sex and vice versa, we need to understand each other. And when you have someone who's in your corner who all they want to do is make sure you have a good life, whether it's with a man, woman, whatever else have you, that's what I want to be for my daughter. So I think because of our communication, I'm trying to do that.
So you were on the Graham show and your daughter Noelle some birthday love for her 21st birthday. So did you just have to do a virtual this year? I know you said you go to Jamaica. Is that how y'all celebrated?
No, this year, this year was more. It was more about phone calls and FaceTimes and sending money.
Okay, we like that.
Well, that's a job that doesn't go away, unfortunately, that quick.
Right. So prior to this historic election last month, which seems like it's never going to be over, you used your singing talent and released a music video to encourage people to vote. What sparked that decision?
This election was the most important election in my lifetime.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting here following what's going on in this country, um, you know, I started this thing called, my art for activism, in which I use my art for activism. So the first thing I did at my production company is a PSA called "We Will Thrive,"
Mm-hmm.
and it's about letting us know, people of color, that no matter what's happened to us in this country, no matter how many times they've had their thumb on our necks and their foot on our necks, we've always thrived, and we're always going to thrive. And we've done everything to become the most successful entertainer, astronaut, president of the United States, and we're going to continue to do that. So even though things may be rough right now through these hard times of racial injustice, remember, keep your eye on the prize, because we're always winning that prize, always.
Love it.
And then with this song, "The World's Going to Come Around." Well, I'm just an optimistic person in general. I'm not someone who's going to sit around and be complaining all the time. I'm always looking to see, what can happen positive from this, and I thought this was a good time to, help elevate people to care about this country and to get out there and vote, and to realize that our, differences is what makes us strong. And so I made that video, and so I think people like it. Yeah.
I love seeing all the activism this time around. I really do. And I think it made all the difference. So we have some YouTube comments I want to read to you. Let's see. Charlotte says, "Leon, you're an amazing actor. Waiting on your next movie." Charlotte says, "Leon looks fabulous." Yes, Leon. Fountain of Youth Secrets. We're going to need that. The Voice 7 says, "Leon looks good. Black don't crack." Oh, the ladies, they are on you in the comments. I'm just saying. So I'm sure after the show, you might want to check your DMs because it's going to be a lot going on.
Listen, without ladies, I wouldn't have a career. So thank you very much.
Love it. Okay, well, let's talk about some of your skills. Switching gears, I heard you got a few skills on the basketball court. Do you still play? And would you be open, right, to battling an NBA player of a game of one-on-one when this is over? I mean, people are, you never know.
No, I wouldn't battle an NBA player one-on-one, because I have too much respect for the game to think that I could just, lace up some shoes and just, take on an NBA player. Now, back in the day, it might have been a little different. But, I switched over to tennis about 10 years ago.
Really?
Because I realized I could get the same exact workout playing tennis that I could play basketball, but I don't need as many people. And I went from playing with thugs in the park to playing with billionaires at country clubs. So to me, it just was a sexier game.
Okay, sexy game of tennis. I like it. You know what? I'm surprised because most actors, I mean, I've been on some celebrity basketball events. It don't matter how old they are, they still think they got it and they could take on a basketball player. So that was a very humble answer that I wasn't expecting. So we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, Leon will tell us about his new Hallmark film.
But I gotta say something about what you just said. I have to.
Oh, okay.
Because most of the actors you're talking about, entertainers, never really played ball seriously.
Mm-hmm.
See, I played pro ball in Europe. I played D1. So the level of basketball that a pro basketball player is, I know and I respect it. See, you're talking about people that don't know.
True. I ain't gonna call out no names, but they know who they are.
Yeah, I know who they are too.
They was hacking the girls in the game. I'm like, I'm just here for charity. Like, you don't gotta hit me for real. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. Stick around. We got more with Leon when we come back right here on Fox Home. We're back with Out Loud with your girl, Claudia Jordan. Now, Soulmates, if you want to see more Foxhole content, go to www.foxhole.tv or go ahead and download that Foxhole app, or you can watch us on your smart TVs on Fox Now, Fire TV, Roku, YouTube, Apple TV, Zumu, Tubi, or Caffeine.tv. So basically everywhere. I'm here with Leon, who is starring in the Hallmark holiday movie, Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. And I'm looking forward to this. Now, Leon, you share your daughter Noelle with your ex, Cynthia Bailey from the Real Housewives of Atlanta. How do you balance co-parenting and remaining great friends with the mother of your child? And how do y'all do it so well? And can you please teach a course? Because people like Future need to know like how you're supposed to do it the right way. Okay. Well, shade.
Listen, when you have a child, for me, I think that the child has to come first. I think there's a gene that a parent has, a good parent has, that we don't even realize we have it. It's called the selfless gene. And we don't even realize, especially in our business, until we have a child, until there's something that seems like it's more important than us. And that's just the way you have to approach things. I think lots of times couples get together, whether they have kids or not, and things aren't working out, and they stay in it too long. And some of them want to be using the kids against one another. And these are things you have to try to avoid. Luckily, Cynthia is a good head on her shoulders, and we talked and we realized that the most important thing is to make sure that Noelle turns out great. And that's all that matters, because then we all win. Okay. And that's basically where we approach it, and you put your kids first, you should be fine.
So the key to co-parenting would be fill in the blank.
What'd you say?
What would be the key to co-parenting? Would be
the key to co-parenting is put your child first.
Child first. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Put your child first.
Now, moving on, you started some of the most memorable movies of the 90s, like The Five Heartbeats, loved it, Cool Runnings, Above the Rim, Waiting to Exhale, which I was like, oh, I want to fight you in that movie, but you were so good. How does it feel to be a part of films that are basically, those are all cultural classics, and you didn't have one, you had several?
Yeah, I feel blessed, really do, because, for me, it's all about the story. And when I started my career, an attorney for my agency said something to me that I never forgot. He said to me, many actors will walk across many stages, TV screens, movie screens. He said, very few will be remembered. What you want to do, Leon, is make sure you do memorable work that lasts beyond your time. And that's something I always, in the back of my head, every time I take a project or something, I'm hoping that, this is something that's going to resonate and be memorable for people for a long time. And I saw this poll on AOL. It was the top 25 movies, top Black movies in the last 25 years. And I starred in 5 of them. And I was like, wow, maybe I'm accomplishing that, And so, that's for me. I just, I hope I can do memorable work. I hope that I can do work that, that's around for many years to come.
You have, though. I mean, just those projects alone are extremely memorable. And again, classics that, when you can take a role and make someone feel a certain way when they watch it, and not just like, oh, okay, that was cool. But when they're like mad at you, or they like you, they hate you, that's effective work. So which iconic role was the most difficult for you to execute or to pull off? Which one were you like was difficult for you, if any?
The most difficult. Now that's good, because people, this was my favorite, because I don't have a favorite, but which one was the most difficult?
Or maybe the one that's like the least like you in real life. How about that?
The least like me. I'd probably say the role is probably the least like me would probably be my role in Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just vicious, and I'm not vicious.
You just play vicious in the movies.
I play vicious in the movie when that's my role in the storyline.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so you are now spreading some holiday cheer in a new holiday film on Hallmark called Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. Tell us about your role in that.
Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas. I play Jasper. I play a musician who lost his wife recently, and is comes to this inn because he got this invitation. He thinks it's from his wife, and 4 other people come there mysteriously thinking that they got an invitation, not knowing where it's from. And we all find ourselves at the inn. And Jasper plays kind of a mysterious inspiration to Lacey in the film. And it's nice, Time for Us to Come Home for Christmas is a movie that's executive produced by Blake Shelton. And it comes from his song, his Christmas song, which I cover in the movie. My little bit more my style than Blake Shelton style. Yeah.
Yeah, we have a clip from the film we'd like to share with our viewers, so let's take a look.
And the line was blank, just like mine.
Seems like we have a mystery on our hands.
I believe life sends us signs.
Do you even know what you're looking for?
It's up to us whether we ignore them or not.
I just feel like my mom might be the key to figuring this all out.
Very nice. I love Christmas film. It's like it's official. It's time for Christmas. And so, is this your first holiday type film?
Yeah, it's my first holiday movie. It was actually, people think it's my first Hallmark movie, but what people don't know is The Temptations was a Hallmark movie.
Was it?
It was before Hallmark had the Hallmark Channel and everything else, and they were doing movies back then, but they were putting them out in, either on NBC or the major networks, and like The Temptations. And so when I tell people The Temptations was a Hallmark movie, they go like, "Get out of here!" But yeah, actually it was.
When did you shoot this? Was it how long ago did you shoot the film?
I shot it this September into October.
Okay.
So I was up in Vancouver. I had to quarantine for 2 weeks straight. I couldn't even go in my hallway.
Wow.
So that was strange. But hey, it's the life we live now. So.
Yeah. So what do you want viewers to take away from this film?
Oh, I want them to be happy. I want them to have joy. It's a Christmas movie, and Christmas is a time that brings joy. So to be in a movie that's, it's for family, which is really great. Since I was in my 20s, one of the biggest joys I've ever had doing acting is always, making my family feel good, my mom and my dad. And talking to my mom this weekend, I said, "Mom, how was church?" She says, "How was church? You would have thought I was in a Hallmark movie. Everybody was coming up to me, the pastor, everybody else." I said, "Cool, Ma, you can have everybody watch this one because, I don't do too many G-rated movies." And she goes like this, "Yeah, I know."
That is funny. That must feel good though.
Yeah, no, please. Nothing gives me more joy than, my mom being happy with something I do. Trust me, that's it.
Do you have any Christmas? Oh my God, my cat is trying to get on camera. Get out of here. Any Christmas traditions with your daughter that you have that you usually do? Anything?
Well, yeah, every year we are at the same place in Jamaica for anywhere from 11 days to 2 weeks. We spend Christmas there and New Year's. And this would be, let me see, maybe the second year we haven't gone in her 20 years on Earth. Last time we were at our place in Aspen, and we might go there again this year. I'm not sure, but yeah, that's usually my tradition. It's, since I had my daughter, it's been me and my daughter, so that's our time.
Well, hopefully
her name is Noelle. Come on now.
That's true. Does make sense. What's the first thing you trying to do when this pandemic is over? Like, what do you like, man? I miss blank.
Wow, so much. I miss performing with my band, outdoor concerts, festivals. That's what I miss the most. Me and my band, Leon and Peoples, we were about to tour. We booked on a Tom Joyner cruise. We were like, when this pandemic hit, and then, and that's the one thing I really miss. We just did a virtual concert last week, and I just miss being out there performing for the people, man. Just, there's no better feeling for me.
Other than Tom Joyner cruise, and that is such a fun time.
Yeah, and if you haven't, if you haven't gained any weight, you're gonna gain weight on that cruise. That's what damn sure.
So before we wrap, I just want to ask you, what's one thing you want Santa to bring you for Christmas? What's Leon want for Christmas?
What's Leon want for Christmas? I guess I know this sounds corny as hell, but I've never really meant it like I mean it now. A better world.
Well, I don't think that's corny at all. And after what this year has put us through, I think a lot of us on the same page with that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I'm being real. I mean, it's, as corny as it could sound, it's like, really, that's what I want, man. I really want that. And I don't want it so much for me. I want it for my daughter. Mm-hmm. And that's all of us should want it more for our kids, because they're the ones who are really going to have to live with it. And so I just want the world to get better, man. We're going through some wildness right now. It's enough already.
Enough already. Well, on that note, Leon, it's been a pleasure catching up with you. You're awesome. And I wish you Great to see you. And put out that skincare line because you still looking like, I don't know what age it is. I can't tell how old you are, but you look mad young. And the comments are just going nuts for you. Like skin line, skincare, what's up with them? So check your DMs after the show. Thank you so much.
Hey, Claudia, good to see you, man. Thank you for having me on the show, okay?
Oh, awesome.